Welcome to another week. I never thought I'd be the sort of person who would go to a physiotherapist, but here we are. I've just been. She was very nice, Irish lady actually, and let me show you. This is what my injured leg now looks like. This is called a Zimmer splint. I am theoretically not allowed to bend my leg at all for 3 weeks. And check this out, good old NHS. Even overseas, I have also some exercises that I am required to do to help the recovery process. I don't want to make up and coming vlogs all about my knee injury and my recovery and my rehabilitation. It's going to be a very long process, but since I mentioned it last week and since we've taken the early tentative steps forward on this healing process, I thought that I'd just update you on this in case you're wondering what was happening. If you've been through this yourself, you'll probably know the arduous task that I've got in front of me. And if you know me, you'll be aware of the pure amount of frustration that I'm feeling in having all the work that I plan to do on the project curtailed now for basically the whole rest of summer and into autumn. Anyway, I'm going to try my hardest to recover from this and to mitigate against it happening again, because it wasn't very nice. But anyway, so hopefully in amongst this mildly depressing, not very nice health stuff, I'll still be able to intersperse some nice footage of Will doing nice things on the property, because I am out of action for quite a long time. I'll catch up with you soon.
Hello. Due to Carla's unfortunate injury, you will possibly be seeing more of me in this vlog over the next couple of weeks. I am currently taking some rubbish to the tip, and I thought you would like to come along for the journey. So here we go to the tip. I'm just going to pop into the shop for a few groceries and to check if we have any post. Well, I've just been into the shop, and amongst other things, we have a new copy of Country Life, which is very exciting. Carla and I have been doing the crosswords from Country Life quite a lot lately. Carla is much better at the crosswords than me. So that's something to look forward to. So onward to the tip now. It is starting to rain quite heavily, but that's not a bad thing. Here we are at the tip, one of the most exciting places I know. You never know what goodies you might find here. So I'll dump some rubbish and then have a rummage through the scrap metal and see if there's anything exciting. They've got a trampoline today and a very nice leather sofa, but nothing that we can really use. So that's me done at the tip. I'm now heading back home. With a quick stop for a lovely latte. It is Sunday today, and although you can't really see from here, the cafe is much busier than the church, which is a sign of the times, I suppose. I thought for the journey back I would listen to a few tunes, so on this journey I shall be listening to Murray Pariah's excellent recording of the Goldberg Variations.
I hope you enjoyed that contribution from Will. I thought it was lovely. In order to prevent these vlogs for the next few weeks from being mindlessly tedious. Like, they're never exciting. That's not my intention. They're always very basic, real-life depictions of my off-grid life, working largely on my property. That aside, they'd be even more tedious. So Will is my eyes and legs in the wider world, and I thought that was lovely. I hope you did too. You'll be seeing a bit more of Will in the coming weeks as he goes out and about on business on our behalf. That being said, I do have something this week that I can share with you, so I'll quickly spin you round and show you some stuff on my laptop. Forgive the surroundings, I'm camping downstairs in the spare bedroom because I can't do stairs. But luckily there is some stuff I can share with you. I'm sorry if this is appearing a bit flickery on your screen. It is computer based. Not much I can do about that, but please bear with me. I'll try and talk you through it. Excuse me. So essentially from today, it's the 30th of January today, I'm in the past. I like to have a buffer, so this is a few weeks before you're watching it anyway. It's the 30th of January today, and for my part of Australia, it's the start of what's known as the fire danger period. The CFA is the country fire authority or something like that, I don't know. Something like that. Basically the fire brigade. It's called something different in all the different states, of course, anyway. And as you can see, one part of the fire danger period is that I can now no longer control clearing things on my property with the use of fire. Or at least I can if I have a permit. I choose not to acquire a permit because I don't want to have a fire during the fire danger period. So I just forget it and I take any garden waste that I generate to the tip instead. And that's what Will was doing. Behind the car, although you couldn't see it, was a trailer full of leaves because he helped me finish Operation Clean Around the Perimeter. So that's all done now, ready for the start of this year's fire danger period. And last year, the whole state had a fire danger period except for where I live. And this year, the entire state now is under fire danger period rules, which means no fires unless you've got a permit. Now that is one aspect of the fire danger period. The other aspect is we now have to be more conscious of the fire danger ratings. So not having bonfires on your property is one thing. That's to help stop fires starting. But that's not the only way fires start. They can be started maliciously, they can be started accidentally, or of course the main way they start is through lightning strikes. And so every town or every part of the country has one of these at the start. So we've got one by the sign to the start of our area. There's one outside every town near us, and there's a little arm, and it's moved to let you know what the fire danger rating is for that day. So as you can see, it goes from moderate to high to extreme to catastrophic. And as well as this being displayed on a sign, a physical sign in every area, it's also on this Vic Emergency website. So this is the state of Victoria, where I live, and this is showing you the fire danger level for different parts of it, and I'm in this part here, East Gippsland, as you might see from the little geographic reference at the bottom of all my videos. So this is showing you that today, because of the weather, it's gloomy, it's rainy, it was a pretty good fire danger day. And then as the week goes on, it's going to get warmer and sunnier, and so the fire danger rating is going to creep up for these parts of the state. And now that we're in the fire danger period, I'll always have this tab open on my computer, and I'll be checking the fire danger rating for today and the next few days ahead. And that helps me decide about the need to start thinking about evacuating, which is something I have a lot of experience of now, after several bushfires started near us, and one bushfire, you might be able to see, these trees are black. If you didn't know, after one bushfire went right through the property and burnt all our trees. I've now hobbled out into the living room to show you, although you can't really see it, it's not that exciting. This is Will's evacuation pack. I've got one too, it's in my car all times. Will's is usually upstairs when we're not in the fire danger period, but now that we're at the start of it, I've asked him to bring it down. And what I'm going to do is go through it. I've got an inventory of everything that should be in it, and I'm going to make sure that what's in there is on the inventory, or if there's anything I need to get from the shops to add to it. So it includes food, it includes water, it includes medicine, sunscreen. So some things that have a date, but other things can just stay in there. It's things like a change of clothing, underwear, things for Vita actually. I don't know who's going to be home if and when we need to evacuate, but Vita most certainly will be. So there's like a litter tray, cat litter, cat food. Basically, I've tried to think of every scenario. So I'm at home on my own, Will's at home on his own, we're home together, we need to evacuate to a campsite, we're able to evacuate to a hotel, we're able to evacuate to a house. We may need to evacuate for a few days, we may need to evacuate for a few weeks, we may evacuate for a few hours. I've tried to think of all the scenarios to make sure that we're prepared. And on that note, I always have a tent in my car, there's always sleeping bags in these evacuation packs. There's even things like hard hats. I remember watching footage of the Black Summer bushfires at a place called Malakuta, and it was raining burning embers, and that could easily set your hair on fire or set your hat on fire if you're wearing a hat. So they've now all got we've now both got hard hats in them too to help protect our heads, because you can't predict what's going to happen or where you're going to be, because usually you get some warning, so you're able to prepare and evacuate well in advance, but sometimes a lightning strike could occur like literally at the front of the house on these big trees, and then you just have to go. So on those lines, in the bedroom where I've been staying, under the bed we've got this series of evacuation boxes. So this includes things like Will's sketchbooks, my record collection, or at least the records that I wouldn't want to lose. It's got things like photographs, memorabilia, important documents, passports, birth certificates, that kind of stuff. It's got some of my most important jewellery. So basically anything that we wouldn't want to lose in a fire lives constantly under here. And in fact, some of my important books, now that I think of it, ready to go. And upstairs, I've got 2 more boxes with some of my favourite clothes, ready to be evacuated also. And Will does the same. Come closer to the time, if we know we're going to have to evacuate, he doesn't have a separate box like I do, but he can gather his stuff pretty quick if he needs to. Now what I'm going to be doing now is, as I say, going through the inventory to make sure that our evacuation bags are up to speed and fully equipped. I also have an evacuation plan which I compiled, which I update every year. So I'll be going through that, which is based on my laptop. I'll be updating it if I need to. I'll be printing out a new copy. I'll be making sure Will's read it so that we both know what our evacuation plan is, and then a copy of that goes inside both of our evacuation packs. And then lastly, I've got a checklist which lives always on our notice board in our kitchen during the fire danger period. And it means that as I'm preparing to leave the house, I can go through my checklist and make sure that I have done everything I need to do in order to evacuate the house successfully. And that's not just removing things from inside the house, it's also preparing the house. So moving anything from around the house that's flammable, closing windows, and that sort of thing. So I'll be doing that today, so it's quite handy. I've got this sort of admin task that I'm able to do from inside the house because it's about as far as I'm able to travel. Having to evacuate in a bushfire is very real. People die, and often people that I've seen on the news that have evacuated have talked about the panic and leaving important things behind and only being able to leave with their clothes because they're not that well prepared. And I don't want to be in that situation. So we've got very good plans, as well as these boxes. Also, we know which paintings on our walls we want to take with us. We know which books that aren't in these boxes we want to take with us. We know which photos that are out we want to take with us. So we're very well organised. That's the fire danger period. That's the situation we're in now. Hopefully nothing untoward will happen this year. Hopefully it'll be a very short fire danger period. And we'll just sail through it and then go back to life as normal come autumn. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you sticking with me, and Will and I are going to do what we can to keep these interesting, not just me sat around on my bed. And I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Bye.